Hi everyone, welcome back to vBlox TV, where Roblox lovers play together. I'm ToTo, and of course I'm back with the challenge as usual. And Aqua would always be putting me up to this challenge where I soloed Nightmare Hardcore of the latest dungeon. And of course, after quite a bit of practice, maybe an hour, then I finally got it down. And this method is actually a lot of it actually derived from air pack, and so as usual is the air pack method, but I will let you know how I actually do it a little bit different so that it works for me. So before we get to it, if this is your first time joining us on our channel, please do not forget to press that subscribe button if you have not capped yourself. It is free to do, and you can always change it later and make it a challenge. Do something funny and let me know how you actually press the subscribe button. And also don't forget the bell notification, because we're actually doing a lot of streaming of the new dungeon, Nightmare Hardcore, with a large group, and you don't want to miss that. It's really fun to do. Come join us. Plus, you guys don't want to miss out awesome content like this, right? Alright, let's get into it. So usually when I first get in, I would actually start my enhanced spell at about 2 seconds on the countdown before the dungeon starts, so it saves a little bit of a cooldown time. It's just something that I like to do to be a little more efficient. And then at the first boss, we're gonna resort to that one trick where I am gonna draw aggro of the boss to the hallway a little bit and then cast from behind the rock on the left. And because my set is pretty OP, thanks to TV for all of the help, so I can do this with a little bit more ease. But if your set is a little lower, you can actually cycle this in and out a couple more times, and of course with that there would be a little more risk. But I know you guys are a pro dodger and you can juke so well, and actually I'm just like kind of like middle of the road dodging skills, so I'm pretty sure you all can do this. So it would take me 2 times to taunt the mob towards the hallway to do this, and it'll be done. My only advice for running the regular mobs here, as with dodging in any dungeon, is not just about when to run, but it's also when to stop, when to pause, and when to change direction in your running, because you know how we have that momentum to keep running in one direction? Sometimes if you pause for a second, it's actually help with some of the dodging, especially with the horizontal line with the purple mage caster in this dungeon. I don't know what they're called, please don't ask me, but if they cast those, if you can stop in between the horizontal lines, it will actually help you from getting that anti-heal spells on you, and also, you know, the little tiny damage of a tick that they do to your health. Okay, with the first group of the mobs, immediately after the first boss, I used the wall on the right side of the hallway there, and the first time I saw someone doing that was when JJ Eastside came in to help us with the nightmare runs, and so I thought that was pretty neat. It didn't really pan out too well for us, but then I saw Airpack did it in his solo run, and so I thought, oh, you know, maybe I can perfect it a little bit, and I guess I kind of tweaked it a tiny bit so that it would work for me. So the running at the second boss is pretty simple. Just put the orbs to the coordinated color shards so that it would get neutralized, but you can actually outrun these orbs. The only thing is that you may run into the risk of being stunned, because, you know, sometimes you just have to move out of the way and not get the orb exploding on you, and that actually might cause you to panic. Is stun attacks of the radial pattern and the horizontal lines. But other than that, it's pretty darn simple. It's not hard to run, it's just that you have to be mindful of when the attacks are coming. And first you get is the cascading attack, then the iceberg that fall down with increasingly large hitbox, and then finally you have the laser scanning to and from, back and forth, side to side, so you gotta dodge out of those too. So make sure that you save your enhanced spell to speed out of those in a timely manner. With this first group of mobs after the second boss, I like to actually run closer towards these mages to draw out their anti-heal attacks first, and then kind of pull the melee towards the mages a little bit so that I wouldn't get hit as I'm trying to dodge all of the other casting melee attack from the group on the left side. Yeah, so the dodging is quite simple. It's not really too challenging to do if you've actually run insane a lot and had a little bit of practice in, then you'll be able to. And sometimes you just have to pause a little bit to have your cooldown ready. And because the set that TV got me, I can 2-cycle these pretty easily, so it helps a lot with the time as well. But you know, if you don't have the set yet, you're welcome to join our stream. We do have a lottery to let viewers to come in and run these hardcore with us, so you get a little bit more items, and we almost always win unless we actually allow a lot of new players to join us. Then our winning rate is reduced a little bit, but I like to say that we have a 99% winning ratio, which is really impressive, I think. You guys, we also have a membership program. It's only like 16 cents a day for the rare tier, and if you join the epic tier, then it's actually just 32 cents per day pretty much. And every time that we stream, we would allow the member to join the VIP server on the very first run, so they actually have their designated and reserved spot for the stream. And then on the second run, when we actually port into the public lobbies, then viewers and raffle winners can join us. And also on our off-stream grinding, which I usually host during the day in the morning sometimes, all of our members will be invited to run those with us, and this will allow for members from other areas around the world can join us and get the items. And we also are able to run Nightmare Hardcore as well, so that's actually 3 items for those with the extra item pass and 2 for those who do not have them. But I tell you what, the extra gaming pass has not been panning out for me, so I don't see a difference just yet. At this final boss, I use a stair method since I'm alone and I have to heal myself. So basically I would come in, shell out my spells, and then run back to the stairway to heal up and dodge out of that fire bomb barrage from the various directions, and also avoid the bombardment of all those bouncing orbs back and forth on the platform. And if you actually run down the stair far enough, you won't even need to dodge out of those fireball barrages. So at 750 health, I'm able to withstand 2 of those smaller attacks from the anti-heal blue lines on the platform there. And you see that with 2 hits at 758 million health points, every time that I take 2 hits, I would be left with roughly 59 million health. And so in theory, you can actually do this with a little bit over 700 million health, and it should be alright. 700 million health points. So here I'm kind of trying to see where there's the line, like a boundary to where the fire barrage would stop as to how far you have to run down the stair to avoid it altogether. And I actually found out a little bit, right? So if you actually run down by the 6th or 7th step there, you'll be safe. And the last and final note that I want to leave you with running this dungeon is that the bosses seem to be pretty darn far in the middle of all the platforms. So don't be hasty like I did and totally missed that spell, because I could have just taken him out, but because I was hasty, so I totally missed it, and so I have to go again. And as always, I got amazing loot. Thank you, Vinny. Totally love the RNG. And thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget to press that subscribe button and the bell notification and join membership to support us.